Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is April and I make sewing and DIY fashion videos every week. So hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell so you never miss out on a new video. So in my last video, I tried on a bunch of clothes that I made throughout the years, and I realized that the kind of clothes I was missing were clothes I actually wear every day, like this oversized t-shirt and comfy shorts. I hope to make more of these kinds of tutorials in the future, so I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. I made a lot of loose fit elastic shorts on my channel already, so this time I wanted to share how to make some high-waisted biker shorts. You'll want to use some stretch fabric. 4-way stretch would be the most comfortable, but mine mainly stretches horizontally and it works just fine. For my pattern, I'm using a very old pair of leggings that I cut into shorts, and take notice of where the seams are. My shorts don't have any side seams, which means the front and back piece is connected, and the crotch seam in the back extends longer than the front. Evenly flatten out your shorts so the crotch seam in the front and back are lined up, and lay the side of the shorts along the fold of your fabric. Then I mark how long I want the shorts to be, follow the inner leg seam for the front of the shorts, and mark the crotch seam and the waist. Here you would extend it or shorten the waist to your desired look along with the length of the shorts. If you want, you could even extend the length all the way down to create pants or leggings. Next, I mark the fold line so I know where the center is, and then open up the fabric so I can mark the other side. Basically, all we're doing on this other side is extending that crotch seam about 1 inch. After you finish marking, cut out 2 of these pieces. I actually made 1 pair of shorts as a sample first and corrected it to fit me better. Since my fabric only stretched horizontally, it was too tight around my legs and the waist wasn't high enough, so after making those changes, I cut out my final shorts, fold each layer in half, right sides together, and sew the inner leg seam closed. I'll be using my serger for most of this project, and honestly, the serger setting still confuses me. What I do is I just keep testing the stitch settings and make sure that it's the right setting for the kind of material I'm working with. So in this case, I'm making sure that the stitching stretches with my fabric. Now we can face the middle crotch seam right sides together, and so starting from the middle seam, up one side and then go back to the middle and sew up the other side. That way the middle seam is lined up. I try the shorts on and fold it over the waist so that it's even all around, and pin it in place. Next, with the waist still folded over, I'm using a 1 1/4 inch elastic and mark the size of the casing to fit the elastic. Use a thinner elastic if you can. Mine was super thick because it's whatever I had at home, but it's not as comfortable as the flatter elastic. Trim the waistband if needed, and then I serge the raw edges. Measure the elastic to fit comfortably around your waist and sew the 2 ends together by overlapping them and sewing a box. Next, evenly pin the elastic along the waist of the shorts, and we're going to stretch and sew it along the top edge. If your fabric is extra stretchy and you made your shorts fitted at the waist, you might not even need to stretch your elastic. For me, I had to stretch it to fit just a little. Then you can fold over your waistband to hide the elastic and sew it down to hem the waist. When sewing stretch fabric on my sewing machine, I'm using a ballpoint needle and a stretch stitch. Lastly, serge the bottom of the shorts and hem it. And here's what the finished shorts look like. Next, I'm gonna teach you how to make your own raglan t-shirt. First, grab a t-shirt you love to trace. I'm going for an oversized look. The sleeves on here aren't raglan, but you can simply alter it by folding the sleeve and shoulder over and tracing a diagonal line from the bottom of the armhole to the neckline. You should actually mark the diagonal line on the shirt you're tracing so you can reference it later. And make sure you're using a disappearing ink marker or chalk. Trace the sides of the shirt and the neckline. My neckline is going to be the same for the front and back because later I'll cut it into a scoop neck. Now you can fold the shirt in half and cut out 2 pieces, one front and one back. To draft the raglan sleeve, follow the markings on the shirt that you made and cut it out so that the top of the sleeve is on fold. After both sleeves are cut out, we can open them up and attach them to the front of the shirt. Then go ahead and attach the rest of the sleeves to the backside of the shirt. Next, sew the underarm and side seams all at once. Moving on to the neckline, I cut both sides into a scoop neck. Be careful to not get carried away with this because personally I think I made mine way too wide, so it'd be falling off my shoulders. And then cut a 2-inch wide strip of fabric, making sure the stretch is lengthwise, and fit it around the neckline. I trimmed the strip to fit the neckline, and then you'll want to trim away even more because you want the neckband to be smaller than the neckline so that it can stretch to fit it and hold the shirt together. I'm not sure how much smaller I made the neckband, but I just kept fitting it around the neckline to make sure it was stretching enough, but not so much that it gathered the neckline. Sew the ends of the neckband together and fold it in half and press it down. Now you can evenly pin the neckband along the neckline, right sides together. I usually make markings at the center front and back or wherever the seams are and use that as a guide to pin the neckband in place. Sew the neckband to the shirt, slightly stretching it to fit the neckline. Lastly, to finish off the bottom of the sleeves, I folded the raw edges over twice and tacked it down to hold it in place, and hem the bottom of the shirt. To hem knit material on your sewing machine, I highly recommend you use a walking foot. It gave me better results than when I used a regular foot. And I'm finished! Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!